Hey guys, so we're going to go through the Module 9 walkthrough. I'll kind of walk you through each step of the informative speaking module that we're doing. So first we'll go over here to modules. Let me go ahead and scroll down. You can see that it's posted. Everything but the video walkthrough is posted because obviously I'm recording that right now. So let's start by looking at the start page. I'm pulling that up now, it's just taking a second. So it is on informative speaking. This is module 9 out of 10, so we've got one more after this, which is persuasive. It'll be November 1st to 19th. The course materials you'll need to look at are the 4 short PowerPoints. Well, five if you're looking at the video lectures, because chapter 15 is divided into 2. But most of them are really short. They're about 5 to 10 minutes long. Since there are 4 of them this week, I wanted to kind of cut down. In last week or last module, the listening, watching, reviewing PowerPoints load was pretty intense. So I wanted to make sure that we kind of trimmed that down a bit this time and that you had a little more time to do research and work on the speech itself. So there'll be 4 of them. There's delivery, which is chapter 15, informative speaking, which is chapter 16, nonverbal messages is chapter 5, and listening is chapter 6. You'll have a quiz on chapter 15, 16 that's due on November 3rd. The information is power discussion board is due on November 6th, as is the speech topic, partial outlines and sources assignment. On the following Tuesday, chapters 5 and 6 quizzes due. I moved the quizzes to Tuesday because I've been having a little bit of trouble getting things up as early as I intended. And so that way you guys would have a little bit more time to review the material if you needed it. And then on the 13th, your informative speech and the full outline and sources is due. So now let's go and look over here at the assignments and the rest of the module. And I apologize, it's been a long day and I think my voice is beginning to break. So if I'm hard to understand, I'm sorry about that. So here are the course materials. This is chapter 15's PowerPoint, 16 PowerPoint, chapter 5's PowerPoint, chapter 6's PowerPoint. There is a template for a full sentence outline here if you've not done one before. I've also included video lectures for the PowerPoint. So these 2 are chapter 15, and then chapter 16, chapter 5, and chapter 6. You'll have, of course, the quiz as we talked about. And then let's look briefly at this assignment. It didn't fix it. Okay, so I'll have to, for some reason before it uploaded the wrong one. Let me make sure. Okay, so this is the right one. The assignment page is the same for all parts of the assignment, just split in Canvas into different assignments. So you'll be doing a 3 to 6 minute speech, teaching your audience about a topic that interests you. I didn't really put any prompts on this because I know everyone has different interests. So as long as it's appropriate for an academic audience, it's something that's interesting to you and you can talk about it for 3 to 6 minutes and it is informative, researchable topic, then we'll be okay. You can't talk about like your best friend or something that happened to you because that stuff would be more in the narrative. That wouldn't be informative and you couldn't really research that. Although you could use that as an attention getter in the opening. So this type of speaking involves research. So we are going to be doing things a little bit differently to make sure that you're on the right track with your topics and your sources. So at the end of the first week, which is on November 6th, you'll submit your topic, a partial outline, and a list of your sources. You need at least 3 credible sources for this speech, which need to be cited via Works Cited page in MLA. If you've not done one of those before, here's a link to kind of help walk you through it. By November 13th, you'll complete your speech and a full sentence outline as shown below with a properly formatted Works Cited page. Again, we have this link here. November 6th, it doesn't have to be in true MLA format, it just needs to follow the template. So then we have as normal our requirements here. About how long it would be on paper if you write the whole thing out. Your goal statement will focus for the speech will focus on what you want the audience to learn. In your thesis statement, make sure you include the major topics for each body paragraph. Remember to include an introduction with an attention getter, at least one sentence of audience relevance, and a thesis statement. That is, I forgot to take that part out. Your introduction will be 40 to 75 words. You need a body with topic sentences, main and subpoints, section transitions, and signposts. It'll probably be about 360 to 650 words. A conclusion that summarizes the main points and ends with a clincher. It'll probably be at 20 to 40 words, so it'll be 2 to 3 sentences. And you'll also need to make sure you include the required outlines and source lists for each stage of the assignment. I know it's a little different this time, so I put it in bold. When you finish recording the speech, upload it to Canvas. And then here are your templates. So this is your partial outline template. It's kind of a modified MLA header, just your name, a date, topic, and then a rough outline. So what's your general plan for the introduction? Since a lot of you have been struggling with the audience relevance link, I do want to make sure we have that at this stage. Your thesis statement, the general points and sources for each of your paragraphs, and just a list of sources you plan to use for your speech. At this point, it's fine if it's just a list of URLs. They don't have to be properly formatted yet. That'll come in the next stage a week later when you use this. This is the full sentence outline format. I borrowed this particular outline format because it's a good one and it was easier to do that way. So you'll have your name to include at the top of the outline. I'm not requiring a full MLA header here. The specific purpose, so after listening to my speech, my audience will know or understand your introduction with attention getter, personal credibility, and thesis, main and sub points as needed. And you may not need this many sub points, so you can take out, any that you don't need. Transition, more sub points. Your conclusion, so paraphrase your thesis and include a clincher, and then have your reference list using the MLA style. There's also a helpful little list of rules of outlining here if this is something that is not familiar to you. If it is something that's familiar to you, then you may not need to read that last part. I think that's everything for this module that we need to go over. Let me just kind of skim over real quick and double check. Yeah, that should be it. The outlines or the assignments themselves are kind of split in 3. So this is the stage 1, the topic, rough outline, and source list. This is the full outline. And then this is the informative speech. As I mentioned in an announcement, we're no longer doing peer review. It was just causing more headaches than it was worth. So I've adjusted some of the points to move those points elsewhere to keep your grade about the same. That should be it for this, and I look forward to learning more about the things that you're interested in or passionate about.